Hello everyone. I'm going to be reading some information about the trail and reading some information about the shelter system on the trail during this video, so just bear with me and let's see how this turns out. This video is about us helping the volunteer organization Friends of the Ouachita Trail, or FoOT, remodel an old hunting cabin to be used as a shelter on the Ouachita Trail. I'm going to start with a little information about the trail and a little history on the shelters on the trail and what's to come with the shelters. The Ouachita Trail, which is a national recreation trail, stretches 223 miles through the Ouachita Mountains of Arkansas and Oklahoma. It runs from Talamina State Park in Oklahoma to Pinnacle Mountain State Park near Little Rock, Arkansas. The trail is used by hikers, backpackers, hunters, and mountain bikers. It is a non-motorized single-track trail that's open only to foot traffic and partially open to mountain bikes. The mountain bikes are allowed on miles 0 through 30.5 and mile 54 through 160. The Ouachita Trail is located primarily on the Ouachita National Forest and is administered by the U.S. Forest Service. It traverses the Flatside Wilderness in Arkansas, the Upper Kiamichi Wilderness in Oklahoma, and several wildlife management areas. The shelter system on the Ouachita Trail started with 9 shelters built by the U.S. Forest Service back in the 1980s and early 1990s. These shelters were located between Arkansas Highway 27 and Arkansas Highway 9 on the eastern end of the trail. Then, starting in 2013, the Friends of the Ouachita Trail started building shelters on the western end of the trail. Between 2013 and 2016, they completed 12 more shelters, completing the shelter system on the lands that are operated by the U.S. Forest Service. In 2018, 2020, and 2021, FoOT remodeled or upgraded the 9 original shelters, which were over 25 years old at this point, and they added a porch onto them, which they did not previously have. The Ouachita Trail has a shelter system of 21 shelters, with 12 being new and 9 being older remodeled shelters. This is a major accomplishment by FoOT volunteers and a major improvement to the Ouachita Trail. The last shelter on the Ouachita National Forest heading east is Nancy Mountain Shelter at mile marker 189.5, leaving over 33 miles of trail without a shelter and only one authorized camping area, which is almost a mile off trail. Most of the area without a shelter is lands operated by Central Arkansas Water and the Arkansas State Parks. There has been a lot of hard work and cooperation between the members of FoOT and Central Arkansas Water to come to an agreement to be able to add 2 additional shelters on Central Arkansas Water lands. The Red Bluff Creek Shelter, which we'll be working on in this video, is the first of these shelters. It was an old hunting cabin that Central Arkansas Water donated to be used as a shelter. This video will show some of the work that FoOT did to the cabin to complete it and ready it for backpackers. As of this remodel, there are 22 shelters for overnight camping located along the trail. One more shelter has been approved to be located on Central Arkansas Water lands and will be constructed from the ground up in a few weeks. It will be called Scott Tarvin Shelter and will be located at mile marker 210.2, completing the shelter system on the trail with 23 shelters. The shelters average a little over 9 miles apart, with the shortest gap between John Archer Shelter and Bill Potter Shelters at 4.9 miles, and the largest gap of 15.1 miles between Oak Mountain and Browns Creek Shelter, and this is due to the Flatside Wilderness. Come along with us as we remodel this cabin. Bluff Creek Shelter.
There's some leaks inside. I bought a ladder today. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what else we can do. How many do we need in here? 4? Yeah, I think that's probably going to be
Yeah, it's gonna start falling off if you don't.
Take all 3 of us.
I mean, I got enough.
Jimmy, come full.
Yeah, if we just close up the back end, I'll do the dragging.
Okay.
Unload them up, maybe, huh? Yeah. step off.
Cut it off here just with this.
Yeah, right here.
Don't
then-
set on a block.
And then you can make that block adjust what you want, but it kind of needs to be more like that, you know?
It needs to be flush right here. Yeah, yeah. It's got to be down right there. It's got to be right there.
Right, but I mean,
So that needs to go down. Cut that off.
I can. I know, but yeah, you're in the shallow part where you can't.
Okay.
we could have used that.
I see
Hey, true.
running the same
I
thing.
think Mark was saying, I agree. If you were doing this for a living, this would all be nail gun.
Yeah, I've
you right here.
Okay, you get them off.
I've never used screws much. I'm getting where I like them though.
I do, yeah, you can change them if you want, and it kind of holds
Can you
better,
get that one?
probably. But the other is like,
Joe,
super
don't.
Oh,
bad.
stop moving.
Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, that's better, don't you think? That's it.
This video is about us. Start over. And they didn't have 210.2 no, yeah, 2 proved to be located.